What is going on, the overemployed army? Okay, so today we are going to talk about how to fire your teammates, how to fire your boss. And I'll kind of go into more detail what I mean by that after this. So first, check out the Overemployed Masterclass. We teach you how to become and how to stay overemployed in there. And also, if you want to book a free call for overemployed advice, or if you want a separate plan built specifically for you to become overemployed, check out the free phone calls we offer below in the description box or the pinned comment below. You can book that free call today. Cool. So we're going to talk about how you can fire your own boss. So this is something I've actually done in the past and what we actually recommend to a lot of our clients in our one-on-one program to do, right? So we encourage them to do this sometimes. So what's going to happen, guys, when you become overemployed, or even if you just get one remote job, whatever it is, you're going to notice you don't really always love the work styles that your team and your manager pushes from the top to the bottom, to kind of enforce how you work day to day, right? So often there's going to be some procedures, some routines that you don't really agree with. You think are a waste of time, whether you're overemployed or not, right? They just might not be conducive to a good work environment, and they just genuinely might be a waste of time, like wasting company resources, wasting employee hours that cost money, right? So what I've done in the past and what I encourage a lot of our clients to do is to really be a champion for new methods and routines at your workplace. So a lot of people don't realize they can do this, but it's actually so doable. So I'm guessing all of you, if you've ever had a job, a remote job or an in-office job, you'll hear nonstop from your managers in one-on-one meetings or during retrospective meetings if you guys follow Agile, or any type of, update meetings weekly or bi-weekly or monthly, where people try to get input on how the company can improve, and more specifically how your specific team can improve. So what methodologies can your team implement to maybe work better, like whether that's technical, socially, whatever. And a lot of the times, like, I'll talk to our clients and I'm going to be asking them, like, do you guys ever mention something? And everyone says no. And people need to take advantage of this. I've taken advantage of this greatly, right? So when someone's asked me, for example, in the past, how can we influence our team to be better? I've just been genuine, and you'll actually also notice some managers actually really appreciate your genuineness here, because they'll see that they can trust you because you're being open and transparent, right? And that'll actually make your overemployed journey easier, but that's a whole separate point. But my point here is, let's say you have let's say your team's a little psycho, right? Let's say you guys have 2 stand-ups a day instead of 1. Now, is that really a common thing? Probably not, but I've had some experiences, and I've heard some of my clients where they've had just way too many meetings overall, right? So just for the example, sake of the example, let's say you have 2 stand-ups a day. So you can go up to your manager in your next one-on-one or your next retro meeting, whatever, with your team, and mention, you know what, guys, we do 2 stand-ups a day. But in reality, nothing really changes within the 4 or 5 hours from the first stand-up to the second stand-up. So as a possible solution, would it be an option for us to either transition to a text chat stand-up, so that we just give our second update via text, via Slack, Discord, whatever messaging Teams platform, whatever you guys use at your team, and let's try that, So this is what we could try, and maybe if we realize it's still not useful, we could even just transition to completely getting rid of the second stand-up, right? And I have to really emphasize that you have to kind of introduce the baby steps, right? So you'll notice in a lot of workplaces, people are really, really, really scared of introducing very rash change. Not that they don't agree with it, but that it can sometimes stir a lot of waves and cause issues between employees, and that HR might get involved, and nobody ever wants that. So that's why I recommend you always suggest solutions that are super incremental. So that's why I say something like, let's transition first to a text stand-up versus completely getting rid of it, right? And then we'll see if we still need it. So that's just one example, but there's so many options like this, guys, where you can literally influence the way your day-to-day work life is. So you can literally provide solutions that get rid of meetings, so you won't end up having more meeting conflicts. And in general, you're just going to be enjoying your life more because you have less meetings, right? No one wants to send Zoom calls for hours a day. And other things you could do is just like work processes. So the way you guys work, like the way you submit for example, if you're a software engineer, the way you submit code. Do you guys do pull requests? Do you guys require code reviews over calls, like maybe suggesting code requests and pull requests would be a good idea there. So there's so many options here that can make your life easier. And most people just always keep quiet about this because they never want to stir the boat. They just they just think like this: I want to keep my job. I don't want to stir the boat. I don't want to raise eyebrows at me. I don't want extra attention. I just want to keep my job. And I know we've mentioned sometimes that keeping attention lower on yourself is beneficial, but not always. Like in this case, you can literally influence your work life to be much better. So speak up. Like you guys really need to speak up. You can make big changes, and it might just so happen that your other team members might have wanted the same thing, and they might really appreciate that, and that might actually lead to them also treating you better. And again, this is kind of set, like this is half overemployed tips, but also half just like normal, remote position or even in-office position, just work advice, right? Because this can really benefit you a lot. So if you guys have ever experienced that, or if you've ever spoke up and changed the process at your work, please leave that comment down below. I'd love to hear it. I know I've encouraged a lot of our clients to, and they've been successful with that as well. So yeah, you guys need to do that. Keep doing that, and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.